So what was that about? What the hell's going on? Welcome in Destiny. And we're just telling the truth. We just speaking what it is. How we doing? I don't got time to play. I give messages from cards. I don't just slap at them for an hour. Like most do. Eating some dinner? Hell yeah. What we eating? What we eating tonight? And welcome in Boo and Timothy. How we doing? How we feeling? Oh, nice. That sounds good, Destiny. Sounds really good, actually. Hmm. Okay. Yes. Welcome in, welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? Thank you, thank you. How we all doing? How we feeling? Alright, awesome, awesome. Glad that y'all are okay. I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright today. I've been doing decent. Yeah. My day could have been a lot better, but it's been manageable. It's just financial situations are just not okay, and it's just getting annoying at this point, kinda. So I don't have really any motivation to do much, which is awful. So it's just I can't, I don't know. It's getting over cumbersome outputting things and not receiving anything, and then YouTube doing its thing. So I'm kind of just like gonna quit tarot for a while, at least on YouTube. This is probably gonna be my last stream or last video in total for a while, because I just really can't do it anymore. It's just not worth it on my end to be stressed out like this constantly, and then like on top of that, not eating for like multiple days is not okay either. So it's not worth my time at this point. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Because right now I'm not only in debt with my bank, but I'm in debt with the hotel that I'm at too. So it's just, it's something that I'm just, it's on my mind a lot, and I've sacrificed, not eating, not doing certain things for that. And just having it plateau and not do anything and not gain things just is awful. And then seeing people would rather be lied to than actually receive help for the majority part is also irritating. So it's just not worth my time anymore. Yeah, too much of anything is a poison. Yeah, I don't really have to do anything though. That's the thing. Like doing this from my heart space is one thing, and having it continuously, just be drained, have people lying to me and shit is just not the foundation that I need. So but yeah, if you're looking to get actual readings, at least on this YouTube platform, today's probably going to be one of the last days that you're going to be able to do it, because I'm not going to be doing anything tarot related, anything with my services for a while. So this is just like a, probably the next few days, if you're interested in anything that I offer, make sure in the next 3 days, it's just when you need to get it, because after that, it's just all going to be taken down. It's just not, it just can't be going on for any longer. Yeah, not on me, and I really don't feel like getting up, honestly. I just kind of would rather just do the tarot cards and not get anything else. Because I'm trying to sell my other decks as well, because I'm not using them at all. And, like, that's not even working either, so it's just, I don't know. I'm planning on giving them away at some point. Yeah, I don't know. It's somewhere in my bag. I'd have to like dig it out. It's underneath a bunch of stuff right now. No, I wouldn't say the universe is testing me. It's just a bunch of bullshit, honestly. I'm just not in the mood on it to really think about it in that sense, because it's less the universe and more the inhabitants of it. The universe isn't keeping people away from the truth or keeping people away from knowing at the the purpose of existence here. It's the ignorance of the people themselves. So it's not even the universe, it's just simply the people, the algorithms and everything else along with it. I've had people who have offered me to trust funds and offer to help grow my business who have just lied to me, never sent me any of the information. So it's not even the universe, it's simply people. There's no need to blame an outside source such as a thing. It's just an individual thing where something goes on within their mind. So it's not the universe testing anyone. That doesn't really happen. You test yourself by your own focus, and I choose not to focus on those things. You know what I mean? And that's like the whole thing with like spirituality in a whole, and that's another reason why I'm like, it's just not even worth it, because most everyone in spirituality, they still want to go around and go, oh, it's this, it's because of that and that, and blaming these outside forces when it's not anything to do with that. It has all to do with the individual on their level. And there's nothing with me mentally that I'm doing that's keeping things away in that sense. Because if there was, I would be very aware of it. Just who I am, what I teach, I live this stuff, so it's not like I'm just saying it and not paying attention. So I would know if it's anything on my mental behalf. It's just not. It's just not capable. Now I get that. But yeah. And thank you for the donation, dude. Kinda. I haven't been live much either. I just don't have motivation or anything to do that, so. I haven't noticed too much of a difference within the lives. I'm giving up completely on YouTube, at least. That's something I've already made up my mind on. I'm giving up completely on YouTube for it. The second that that website gets made for the tarot classes, I'm just gonna be there completely and not worry about anything else, because I just the rest of this is just not it. Yeah, because it's like, it's not, because you know I've thought about it, and it's genuinely just like, there's, I don't know. I don't operate like everyone else when it comes down to shit. I don't play games. I don't have time for this AI bullshit. I don't have time for clickbaiting. I don't have time to like debate and yell at people. I'm here to say shit. I'm not like the rest of these buffoons running around the circus saying, oh, we have to integrate. You don't have to fucking integrate. I don't do that. That's not who I am. And unfortunately, that's what the mass popularity wants. They want you to sell yourself. I'm not selling myself. I'm not a product. That's stupid. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I don't need to sell myself. No one should sell any part of themselves. You're not a product. You're a living being. So you shouldn't have to sell yourself. You know what I mean? But then people say you have, like, are you actually into spiritual shit or are you not? Are you in it or are you at? And I'm just, everyone that I've met has been so fake with it. And it's just irritating because it's like, you all are the exact fucking antichrist people that they talk and warn you about, and it's coming from your fucking same mouth. I don't get it. It just does not make, it doesn't compute. I feel like I'm one of the fucking only real ones out here, and it's just like, dude. Like, I know I'm not the only one, obviously, right? That's an over-exaggeration, but it's just like, how do people look up to these individuals who say, oh, don't do that, but then go ahead and do the exact thing that they say not to do? You're doing the one thing that you're not supposed to do, that you keep preaching about. It's like a drug addict saying stop doing drugs. They might know not to do them, but the fact that they keep caving into it shows that they haven't overpowered it. That's not bad, but they shouldn't continuously preach and hold themselves on like a high horse while also dealing with that. They should keep themselves at that level steady, at that level space. And I see a lot of people doing that. It's just like, I don't get it. So it's just like, it's just so irritating, dude, because it's like, dude, I don't get it. I just can't. I'm just not like everyone else. I really just can't. I don't get it. I'm actually not from here. I don't care how many people say, oh, I'm not from here. No, I don't do what y'all do. Y'all are still playing the Earth game. I don't like this place. I like it enough because it supports me and it has everything I need. But other than that, like the whole vibe and like the aesthetic of this place is just be a factory until you die. And I don't, that's not me. I know. The rational mind wants to do what the rational mind wants. People, and that's the thing. Like, people don't know like what's going on within like their self mentally. They'll spiritualize it, but they won't realize that it's a mental plane. So whatever you spiritualize is simply just your mentality. It's not that far off. What spirit is controlling your mind? You know, is it going to be the reality that you live in, or is it going to be the actuality of your stasis being, you know, your soul, your heart, in that sense? But, I don't know. It's just bizarre. It's just really bizarre. And it's like, I mean, it's whatever, because obviously, like, not everyone is going to come. Not everyone's going to have, like, the ears and the eyes to hear and see, but it still, like, wears down. It really wears down more. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't know. So it's just a dilemma I'm with, and I just really can't like be in the mix of it anymore. Because the more I'm in it, the more disgusted I am. And it's less about the people, it's more about myself, because it's just mirrors of my past behaviors, right? So that's perfectly fine, but it disgusts me every time it happens, because it's like I really ran around like that at one point. And it's fine because I'm not like that anymore, but it just baffles me that the mirrors around me can't reflect the same. Like the reflections are lagging, they're not keeping up, and it like, ugh. I don't know. I'm at least that's the point of mentalizing things that I am. I don't blame anyone. Everyone has their own path. It's whatever. It's just the mirroring aspect. The only facts of it irritating shows that it has like a home within my vessel somewhere. And, actualizing and, going through that is the easy part. The difficult part is truly living with that, because it like gives you that foreshadow. Yeah, like the only way is to go up, exactly. But as well, like everyone looks for like a spiritual leader, and it's like you don't need a leader. You need to lead yourself. Everyone forgets like the whole purpose of returning back to spirituality or the old religion in ways is to walk your own path and not to walk a path made by man that has been corrupted and diverted ages and eons. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get where it split. It's like spirituality is dead. That's how I really have to say it. It's dead. It's not real anymore. It's become so fabricated and lack of authenticity. It's plastic. It's become the same thing as, oh, I'm a Christian now. It's like, I hate to say it that way, but that's really how it's become. It's just become just another label that people flash to seem cool or special, and it's like, no, that's not what you're here to do. That's not we don't need these labels. We don't need like life path numbers and stuff like that. We don't need like titles for what we just do. What you do, you know it's bizarre. Yeah, and I mean, like, that's the good part, like, because I know that like the workings that is like the workings that everyone's doing doesn't go to like to waste. That's something I very much know. It helps, everyone regardless and in their own ways. It's just like I wish more people actively worked on themselves if they were gonna be in like a teaching position or like a leadership position or however, right? Because the majority of these spiritual leaders that are coming up are just unhealed individuals who, unfortunately, the majority of them are scared of intelligence. I watched a interview of that dude, Unk 70607 or whatever the fuck his name is. And he got legitimately scared because the dude who was interviewing him, B-Dell, was like telling him straight up facts. And that's the people that are leading the majority of the youth in the spiritual community. And that is bothersome as fuck to me. Why are you teaching kids to be scared of facts? Like, why is that like a scary thing? Why is intelligence scary? Why are people scared to be smart? I don't get it. I do get it. When I was a child in school, I didn't want to be smart because I was afraid of being called a nerd and bullied. I remember telling a teacher that at a parent teacher conference, and they said, "Don't worry about that." And that was in like sixth, seventh grade. And after that, I stopped caring about it completely. But it's like they just, I don't know, dude. It's just like, ugh. I don't know. It just baffles me, man. It really does. The false light, it's not even the fact that like the false light's winning or anything. It's just the false light is so much more attractive than the actual light because people are afraid to get burnt by the truth. They'd rather get like that warm hug from the lie in that sense. And you know what I mean? It's just bizarre. And then you have people saying like they're all the way healed and stuff, or like this is how you fully heal yourself. No. Stay here for an eternity. Live your eternal life and then you'll heal all the way. Until that eternal life ends, it's not over. Unfortunately, eternity never ends, so good luck doing that. I mean, shit, you want to talk about it. Even the gods and goddesses that people like end up praising and stuff are very unhealed still. They very much went to war. They very much made mistakes. They very much had lapse in their judgments too. Would a healed person have one of those? No. But yet, these deities that we, all see and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, people just forget about that part of it. And it's so irritating because They allow the wrong parts of self to lead, and they don't see it. And the only reason they don't see it is because they're blinded by the money, and it's just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It makes you want to do backflips, and I can't do backflips. But I would, if I could learn how to do a backflip, I would just be doing them constantly. I don't know. Exactly, Daniel. One foot in front of the other. You know, baby steps. You don't have to repeat things until you learn it. You can simply choose not to repeat it, you know. The only fact of people saying, oh, something's going to repeat until until you fully learn it, the only reason why people say that is because they forget the fact that you make the same mistake twice. It's not about doing the same thing over again. It's about similarities. So maybe you got in an argument with your sister over something small, and then you got in an argument with your friends that was also something small. That's just showing you something that you have to heal, work with. It's not going to be the same thing. It's not going to be the same scenario, but it's going to be all connected to different points and views. And even then, if some people learn the lesson mentally and they know that they shouldn't do the things, but yet they don't have the control aspect. It's more of just having that full control and surrendering to that self that knows that it's better for one than the other to happen. You know what I mean? But it repeats in the same sense of the category of it. The issue with that would just be a response control, a control over a response, or being over exaggerated, right? And just working with that, working with anxieties and upheavals and energies in that sense would be the things that they would have to work on. But I really just don't think that the healers of today are thinking in an actual way that could be beneficial. They just kind of clump things up with things. I don't know. I don't really hear many people on the internet talk about the connectivities of things and how they really connect. And I feel like that's something that either people just find those who do talk about them and they stay in the niche corner, or they just don't talk about it openly, and they talk about it one-on-one and stuff of that nature. I forgot what that's called, Daniel. I have a Buddhist friend that was telling me about that when we used to talk. There's a term for it, I think, but I forgot what it's actually called. But yeah, your karma is basically chainmail on you, and all you have to do is just move one tiny thing, and it all falls off, and you just free yourself completely. Yeah, see, I know what you're talking about. I have to message him. I haven't messaged him in ages, years. I think I have to talk to him more and get research on stuff. But I know what you're talking. I just don't remember the name. You know me and names. That's the one thing that doesn't click. I see. You're the name person for me, Daniel. You can't flip the roles like that. Come on. But yeah, it's basically just one decision. It's just that one pin. It's the simple decision that it takes to release all of your burdens and all your guilt at once. It's very possible you can do it. It's the ultimate form of detachment and serenity. But doing that is difficult because what we don't realize is we constantly are weaving that chainmail around us while also trying to pull it out. So we end up pulling parts that were higher or more obvious rather than the lower parts, when we could just pull straight from the middle and remove all the chains at once. See, that's the thing, Hayden. I've noticed it's just the biggest pattern of this realm. It's those that actually would it's those that actually have not only the knowledge but the skill to have the finance that would also be in the heart space to help others in that sense, that don't have that finance, while those who, are in more of that selfish, they have that. And it's, you need a balance of both, obviously. It's just so bizarre that, I don't know, me personally, I can't go back to like how I used to do things. I just can't. I need to just I need to find a way to do it, because even the collective readings, like I thought that would at least like boost a little bit more, but not even that much for that. I don't know. I just have to find a way to like do this, and it's just not working in that sense. Exactly. That's exactly, Daniel. That's another thing. Because even though you would like receive that, even though your heart would say to do these things, it's still a battle between the mind, and your own direction. It it might be Ellie. God, I have to think, dude. I haven't. Dude, I have to like refresh my stuff on like Buddhism and Taoism and Hinduism, because I haven't looked in that stuff since high school. But, you know, learning anything about karma, go to Buddhism, go to Taoism, Hinduism. They'll tell you what karma is. Don't listen to these spiritual people that say karma is like bad things happening to people. It's not at all it. And dharma is not good things happening. Dharma is just your evolution up the chain. It's your own. It's climbing your own ladder in that sense. And karma is just a cause and a cause and response, or uh, an action and a reaction, however you want to say it. And that's another thing, dude. I don't know why. I just get really confused. I've always just been very confused for like the right reasons. I always look around and say, why do people say this when it's not this? It's like westernized teaching. I think that's the issue. I think that's just the full issue. I don't like the curse that westernized system has on people. That's just it. I mean, that's obviously my issue. But like, I just can't stand it, dude. They've like westernization is just oversimplification. They've made things so simple and broke it down so much to where now it just doesn't have any like direct doesn't have any direction, it doesn't have anywhere to go. It could literally mean anything. Like, we talk about this is the biggest example because I always talk about it, but it's still like it's the biggest one to this day. Still, people are like, don't worry, stay away from negative energy, only take positive energy. You're dealing with energy, so why do you only want one type of energy? Like, what's going on? Why are we watering things down? And not in a good way. We're drowning the fuck out of it. We're not even like replenishing ourselves. But then again, like, that's like the whole westernized thing, is they take like centuries of training, like hundreds of years and lifetimes of people who have spent their whole lives going on the journey, and then they try to simplify and explain it to you in under 30 minutes. You can't do that. You have to walk the path. You can't just read about it. It's like learning how to ride a bike. You read how to ride a bike. How many people would be able to ride a bike if they just read a book how to do it? Not that many people. Very rare. Possible for some, not for the mass majority. But then that's what Westernized is trying to do. It's like, oh, let's just everyone read this book of how to ride a bike, and then you do it, and everyone's crashing except for like 5 people, basically. Like, you need to go on that path. You need to, even if you walk down it, you don't have to walk. You don't have to complete it. No one's saying you have to complete it. You just walk down it enough till you get what you need, and then bounce off of it. You can go back later. That's the whole point. At least to me, that's how I've done mine. Is anytime I'm looking for things to study or a new avenue to go down, I make sure I stay on it until I get what I need. If I don't have a question answered, I don't leave that path. I stay on it. If it wasn't told to me, it's something that I'll have to discover on my own. But like, see, that's the thing as well. My inner child is angsty as fuck. I think it's like it's just not okay right now. It's just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm happy. I love what I do. Like, I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. Obviously, it's just fucking like, dude, I'm about to throw a tantrum. I'm about to let my inner child throw a tantrum. Start throwing chairs to the windows and stuff, dude. Not really, but you know what I mean. Like, God. Like, and it's like, for me, it's not even like anger. It's just like residual irritation that I've just had in me that's coming out. And it definitely has to do with the moon. I've seen someone talk about it's probably the moon. Most definitely. Because it clicked in really hard last night, and I was staring directly at the moon from my window because it was staring me right in the fucking eyes. So I was sitting there staring back at it like, what the hell am I gonna do? Not even really stressed out about anything, just like what am I supposed to do? Because I feel like I'm doing everything right. Like, I wouldn't be doing things right if I wasn't having this tarot teaching position. Like, that's the whole thing. Like, that's like the golden ticket. That's what like lights me up. So it's cool. I just don't think that YouTube is it anymore. Like, I feel like if I were to go on YouTube, it would be only for like entertainment things. I don't think it would be necessarily for this, which is cool and fine, but I also want to have a place to like teach and to like go live and shit. Whether that be Instagram or TikTok after this, I don't know. I really don't. I haven't put much thought into it. I just, it's just weird. I just don't know. I just know for a fact that YouTube is failing me at this point, and it has nothing to do with like people. It doesn't have anything to do with like individuals. It just has to do with this algorithm and how it is. I'm not compatible with it. I'm not compatible with this stuff, dude. I might be tech savvy, but I do not play those same games. I'm very much a person, like, I tell you who I am, and either you're cool or you're not with it, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah, it's too demanding, is what it is. I shouldn't have to, like, and I get the whole purpose of it, like, but it's just, I don't know, man. It's just not for me. And it's funny because today's the 9th, and 9 is always about the test, and oh, are things going good? I'm really feeling like this is it. This is me going back to square four, step one. Like, what do I do now? Thank you for saying that, Ellie. That's exactly it. People want to learn, but they don't want to be taught. Some people feel like, nah, nine's representative of the test. There is no end. The ending doesn't exist. You either move up a level or you stay stagnant until you move up. Then there is no true ending. That comes from the word death, which will die, D-I-E, the westernized English version, which means to be put into oblivion, when it's really what we're doing is D-Y-E. We're dying, we're changing, we're changing color, we're changing form, we're changing a state of ourselves, right? Our vibrance is going to change, our aura is going to change in that sense, our color, however you want to say it, we change, we die in that sense. We don't get sent to oblivion. We don't die. We're eternal. It's the test. It's to make sure. It's like, I forgot what it's called, but it's that company that, like, whenever you like have a patent item, they basically like test it and try and break it in any way, shape, or form. And if they can't break it within that amount of time, it gets certified and able to be sold at the markets. That's basically what 9 is. It's seeing, is everything you're doing good? Is everything you're doing stable? Can you withstand these things? Or what's working, what's not working? And then 10, where your 1-0 would be you starting again at a newer level. And if it doesn't work out at 9, you go back to square one, which is 4, matter and time. Spend more time on it, spend more materials, put more materials into it, and then work your way back up from 4 to 9. But I don't know, that's just how it is. I don't know, dude. Yeah, like, see, that's the thing. Like, if I, I wouldn't be doing tarot. I would still be doing like other teachers. I just don't really think that tarot is gonna get where it needs to get on YouTube. I really thought it was, but like, it's not. Um, and with Hobo, well, I call him Hobo, but his name's Edmund, my mentor. He's got TikTok locked down. So that's good. So that's like the main source of where people are kind of coming from and stuff. But like, people just are not okay with the truth of tarot, and I guess it's fine. It's whatever, to each their own. But I don't know. Yeah, a lot of tarot channels are falling off. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I couldn't just not come on live and just talk about things. I feel like that's what I need to do more. Because, like, I have noticed a lot of tarot channels falling off. And it's because the whole fucking thing, the whole genre of tarot, the whole entity of it is oversaturated. It's an oversaturated market full of people who say the same bullshit every day and they don't know what they're talking about. So now no one even believes it. Everyone thinks tarot is even more of a big of a joke because you got lunatics fucking sitting online laughing like demons, cackling to themselves over jokes that really aren't even that funny. Why are you laughing at someone dying? You're an awful person for doing that. Get checked in. You should check what spirit's in you first before you even dare fucking say some shit about someone else. Okay, like, let's get some checkings going in. You're not mentally right in the head. You're laughing at someone's demise that you've made up in your mind out of what? Off of a card that says death that doesn't even represent that exact thing. Like, you're making a buffoonery of this shit that could actually help people's life. And the only reason why they're doing it is because they're not educated. And they don't want to be educated. They want to be idols. They want to be, oh, look at me. Who gives a fuck? You're going to die in the next 80 years. No one's going to remember you. Stop trying to act like an idol. Just live your life. Like, I really don't get it. People have like really weird ideas of life, and that's cool. I mean, I have weird ideas of life too. I'm not exempt, but I just don't get it. I'm not okay. I don't get it. I never will. I could rant about it for literally months and come up with more and more things. Like, I could make this stream last a whole year and still be talking about like different things that I just don't get about this shit. It just won't end. It's because I question everything when it comes down to it. And they do base it off of fear. Yeah, they base it off of yes and no, and it's not even correct. You can't really get like a yes or no from the tarot unless you know like what it's about. Like, in specific, if you got the moon, what the moon doesn't mean yes or no. It's talking about your subconscious mind. So you have to talk to yourself to get that answer. And people are like, the moon means no and the sun means yes because the moon is darker than the sun. Shut the fuck up. That doesn't make sense. Like, that makes sense a little bit, but can we get it together? Why wouldn't the moon mean yes? Because the feminine element it would be to receive, and when you say yes, you receive. So why would the moon be no? It should be yes in that sense. So what the hell is going on with that? What is the logic now? I'm sorry, I'm just busting bubbles and shit. And like, dude, I can come up with the same excuses these people make and the same things that they say and then debunk it in the same sentence. It's bizarre. I don't get it. It's scary to me. It's only scary because I used to be someone who needed to find some form of solid truth, and being in that sea of confusion is not fun. And I see people like suffering and shit, dude. It's not okay. And like, the light is terrifying because you have to go through that fire. You have to get burnt. You have to really sit there and be like, fuck, for a minute. You really just have to go through it. And people just aren't ready. And it's like, it's not even the fact that their soul isn't ready. Themselves, their mentality isn't ready. Their soul is always ready. Their heart's always ready. Those two things are connected with the divine. They're ready for anything. It's their mind that's not ready. And they give their mind to these people that keep feeding them that same fear dogma that rooted from Catholicism back when the Romans brought it over. It's like, you know what I mean. Y'all know what I'm talking about because we get it over here. It's just terrifying to me, though, as someone who, like, you know, quote unquote is in the battlefield or whatever you want to say, however you want to word it, and then seeing all of it happen like this, it's just bizarre, you know. And you can't tell people, you know, oh, I wish you would do better, because then they're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck you mean you wish I do better? It's like, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. You know, you do better if you knew better, but people don't know, so people don't do. And I'm still learning, you know. That's the thing. So it's not even like, you know how I am. I'm introspective as fuck. I can't just say things about external things without like putting it on myself, because I'm in that same boat. No matter how like distant it might seem, we're all on the same shit together. We're all doing the same things at different levels, at different intensities. You know what I mean? It's that's the thing. So you know, even though I go off on these little mini rants, I never really get angry or emotional or anything. I just get very expressive, and then it's like, yeah, because this is part of me. It's all just me, because these are the things that I'm able to see, that I'm able to focus on. It's bizarre. It's just how life. That's just the story of life, right there, dude. But you know, I'm in that flow. I'm in the ebb and weave. It's just, you know, being more vocal about it, exercising that throat chakra, not feeling ashamed to just express it. It's just how it is. Exactly, Daniel. And the wisdom just comes from experience, dude. You don't like, you can know that 1 + 1 is 2, but I know 1 + 1 is 3. Mommy and daddy made me one, and when one comes together with another one in biology and in how this world works, it makes 3. Even when it's just one is actually 2, because you think of that, you got mitosis and asexual creatures who just go up and start splitting and dividing and shit. Like, what the hell? I don't like, I don't know. Yeah, like that's the thing. Everyone wants knowledge. Knowledge is power, but wisdom is accuracy. Wisdom is your precision. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't know what it's used for, what the fuck are you gonna do with it? You need the accuracy, you need the precision. That's where the wisdom comes in. And that comes from just the full-on experience. You won't know how to do things unless you do it. I like, some people are, you know, don't need as much hands-on or as much direction as others, because, you know, brain wired differently. But you know, those who are like hands-on learners, you get it, because I'm one of those same people. Like, when you start actually working with it, it's like, no, this makes 1,000 more bit more sense than what I read on paper, because now I'm actually putting it to use. It's not just something that I've heard. Now I'm able to like using it in examples and stuff. The comprehension of understanding, exactly. Our school, yep. That's how it is. People just want power. That's really what it is. It's really sad. I don't care. I don't want power, dude. I just want unity. Power divides. Power can divide. I'll say that. It doesn't always, but it has the ability to divide. And history repeats itself. So what have we learned from people in power? They end up splitting themselves. People who are in it without power, and then gain the power through mutual respect and not by demanding, become the most powerful, because they aren't tied to the people around them. The people around them are moving freely just as that one, and that's the unity aspect of it. But you know, and it's so bizarre, dude. It's like, I don't know. I still never will shake it off, the fact that I like predicted this whole downfall of tarot basically a year ago. And that's around the same time everyone started like literally hating me and emailing me and giving me a bunch of bullshit. And now we're like, you know, half a year later, hello. But everyone wants to feel like, oh, I'm the only one who can speak for God and stuff like that. I don't care who's channeling through me. I'm going to say the message, but I'm going to make sure it's a pure message. People kind of have to like get it under wraps. I don't know. It's just bizarre, dude. I can't, like, I'll never shake it off, because I straight up was telling people, like, yeah, tarot is gonna not go good. There's gonna be a lot of fucking fake readers who are gonna start getting deductions and shit and all yada yada yada. And it's like, Every reader ended up getting it. It's not even just the fake. They fucking got everyone. The only one that stayed tried and true is is Edmund. Well, Edmund, me, fucking one of the other students. I forgot their name, but they're also on TikTok. And then there's another tarot reader on TikTok that Edmund knows. And if you don't know Edmund, I'm gonna call him his name now, but he's my mentor, the one who's been teaching me a lot about this. We've been working together for a year. So like, I'm like, he knows that I'm fully equipped and ready for this stuff, and I finally do feel fully equipped and ready. I just don't know the major arcana fully, but I have a whole system down of like how to read the cards. Like, I don't even really need to know from Edmund what the major are. I have the technique down, and the major are just built up from the minor. Like the Two of Cups and the Lovers card are the same thing. You know that? Whenever you get the Lovers card, the Two of Cups, they're the same thing. The only difference is the Two of Cups tells you not only the problem, but shows you the solution. The Lovers card only gives you that solution. Yeah, I don't need the cards. That's the thing. I can tell people without it. But here's the thing. For those that want to use the cards, the art form in these cards the right way, I'm someone that holds that information. I'm not the only one, but I'm someone that holds it, and I'm someone that knows how to relay it. So the more that we can get this out, the more people are going to be able to do it without needing these cards. Because I know for a full fact that the things that I've said about like what these cards are, what they do, how they relate to us, the whole mind and things of that nature, like it's there. It's just psychology at the end of the day. It's about the mind. This whole like simulation's about the mind and the control over it. The journey to the full to the world, to the chariot. Actually, it's the full to the chariot. The world gives you the permission slip to rule the world, but you don't quite rule it till you ride the chariot. Sorry, you fucking know how I am. But it's like that's how it is, the fool to the world. You have to realize that it's all you. You took the leap. You might not have been sure of where that leap was going to lead you, but you took it, and you gotta ride it all the way through. Exactly. And that's the thing. What's really funny is the sixth sense is really our second sense, because our first five senses are all based off of touch. So you're just being touched by everything. That's your five senses. That's one. Your first sense is touch. Your second one is your mental realm. That's your clairvoyance, your clairaudience. All those clairs, that's just the mental realm again. That's just being able to use that mind in a skillful way. Your second ability is being psychic, knowing how to use your mind. That's your second sense. There's more than that, but we haven't quite reached that point. We capitalize on blocking ourselves and believing dogmas that keep us stuck in. Oh, I have to be this way, or you don't have to do anything. Do what makes you happy. The same thing when I'm up here, when I used to say like, yeah, don't overindulge in drinking and smoking. Do what you want to do what makes you feel well, but just make sure you're doing it in like, in a certain, make sure you're just doing it with safety. I can't think of the word off the top of right now because my brain's jumbled, but just do it with safety. Don't overindulge in it. You shouldn't have to be forced in by rules, but if you yourself know you shouldn't be doing something or something as much, that's the only rule you have to pay attention to. Yeah, just don't be that. Yeah, don't be an addict. Seriously, moderation is key. Thank you, Timothy. For the second I seen moderation, it kicked in. Thank you. But that's the thing. Like we have our own ways of getting through this stuff. It's not to demonize the things and say, oh, you're gonna go to hell for that, because again, that's fear. Stop doing that shit. Stop saying things are bad and evil to portray a message. Just say that your observation of it is causing that. Things are both. You couldn't even dictate something being evil if you didn't judge it with it being good. Seeing that there's two sides of it, you have just chose the side that weighs heavier on your mind rather than the part that speaks to your heart. I don't know, man. But then again, like, it's just how it is. I just really hope that more and more people start talking about it. And I know within tarot, it's popping up more and more, and I'm very glad. because I've had people, well, because Edmund shouted me out on TikTok, which was good. I'm glad he did that. That helped out a bit, getting the name out there on that platform. And like it's amazing the response that I get, because it feels like the same response I got on YouTube all over again. It's just people who actually want to learn and grow and know these things, and they've been looking for this truth. Because I know the people are out there for sure. It's just I don't know what platform to go on to get to them, and I feel like for the majority aspect, we have the ones on YouTube, because like I'm losing subscribers daily. Like I'm down 200 subscribers again. So it's perfectly fine, like, but the ones that are here, and that's what I enjoy, and that's what I like, and I don't want to like just abandon that shit, because it's like it's a ship that I've created, and I want to keep that ship rolling. It's just more of like, how are we incorporating these other ones? Because I can't just say, hey, everyone has to jump on this ship. I have to build another one for other people to hop on, or at least find it in an intangible way. Which I could do multi-streaming, but I need like a better laptop so I could actually stream, and then I needed like a better mic so I can actually use it. So it's like, I don't know, all these plans that are very possible just have like this tiniest like fix of a solution, and it's just the small things that count, basically, and learning to just be happy with that and be like, you know what, it's whatever. It's just disappointing, honest. It's disappointing because I always, I'm a very optimistic individual, and I keep my hopes high. And when my hopes aren't exactly reached, um, or I get faced with a dilemma, I definitely sulk in it for a minute. It's because I want to find the answer, though. But yeah, it's like that's just. I mean, people are gonna get hip with it, you know. I feel like a lot of the irritation is mainly coming from the tarot classes, because that's been I've talked about that for fucking how long? And it's the website for, and it's no one's fault, it's just how time is going. No one can get mad at it. It's just like, dude, human error and my brain and everything. I if I try to go live on Instagram. Not many people get notifications, but I can go live on Instagram. Um, but yeah, like just that website's just now being made, so things are moving. It's just like I don't. Like I have been holding on to this rope for so long, I'm getting callous on my hands, and I want to like rest. So can we like win the tug of war already and just get it over with? But I'm not opposed to doing lives on TikTok or Instagram. It's just like not necessarily getting the people out, but getting the notification out. Like I need to find a way. Like I might have to just start making posts, how I'm going live now, like in X amount of minutes or something. No, I post the same, like everything that gets posted on YouTube gets posted on my Instagram and my TikTok. So if it's not posted on the YouTube, it's not posted anywhere else. YouTube is like literally my main platform. So the lives that were on Instagram, they didn't have anyone in, like zero people actually in the whole live. So there wasn't a need to save it. It was just like a blank, 30-minute recording that wasn't worth it. So, but the content literally goes like I record it for YouTube, and then I put it on TikTok, and then I put it on Instagram. So you're really not missing anything. Honestly, some of this stuff gets posted on Instagram more, where I like talked about certain things, or I've even uploaded like older things from the YouTube to Instagram as well. But but my Instagram is also like a mix between like the tarot thing and my DJ stuff and my music stuff. So I can't really post all that stuff over here. It'd kind of go really awkward if I just started posting like, hey, my song's being released now over here. Yeah, I get that. I wouldn't, because that's another thing. Like, I know that that definitely helps people. I just don't want to request live on YouTube because that, I don't know how that works. I'm more familiar with Instagram and how that works over there with on YouTube, and I'm it. Also, I just don't know how I'm gonna invite people on my laptop. I don't think that's possible. But yeah, like that's something there too. I don't know. I gotta figure something out with it because it's I'll pull cards, ask a question, the direction needing to go, and it's the same thing every time. It's not the same cards, but it gives the same message of like overworking, mental pressure of unappreciation, and a need to rest. So it's like, okay, so I'm doing those things. I've been relaxing. I haven't been as stressed out about it. I'm only really doing the things that I feel like doing at this point. Um, but I don't know. The main reason why I didn't want to do that at first, which I've definitely got over, was the fact that I don't want to debate with people. I'm just gonna kick people off live. I just had to get that backbone up for that. But like, I don't know. I want to do more things where it involves the like I don't know. I don't know really what I want to do content wise on YouTube per se, other than just like these sort of chats and like deeper introspection, deep talks, things of that nature. Because like, yeah, dudes, Cynthia, you wouldn't believe that was my huge issue on this channel for so long. People would literally comment and like come at me like, "Oh, you're too young to know this stuff." Shut up. Just because you weren't, just because you didn't know that at your age does not mean I don't. I'm not you. And it was so irritating. People are like, "You're 25, you're still young." What do you mean? That's the good part. I'm still young and I'm teaching you things that you don't even know yet. That's the point. People get so stuck in their head about it. Dude, if I could go live outside, I would. I can't. The internet does not stretch out that far, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm just not happy. Like I'm like grounded. I'm very centered, but I know that I'm not happy. There's parts of me that are just very unhappy and I'm not able to like hide that. Mainly because I just enjoy being transparent. Like that's just something I have to do is be transparent. I can't like not. It like bothers me. But it's just I don't know. Being real with it at this point. Because you have to. Like, it's best to be real with yourself than to continuously lie to yourself on a path. You know what I mean? Like, once you really get real with yourself, then the answers come. And the past, like, what has it been? This past month, I've been the realest I've ever been on this channel for in a while. Like, I've just come in with, like, a no bullshit attitude some days. That's just how I feel recently. I just can't, like, I don't know. I keep the same like warmth in the heart space, but I have that boundary up now, and it just hit different. But if I could go out, if I could, dude, you don't know how bad I want to go outside and stream again. I don't think anyone understands how much fun I had being in that gazebo streaming. I don't care if I was doing tarot wrong at the time. I had so much fucking fun being outside and doing tarot. I really did. It was just so fun. I like being outside. And I go outside a lot. Anyway, I just like content wise, I can't do it as much, and I feel like that's a big drainer on me, because if I had if a phone service, right? If I had data, I would be going on walks down the highway and doing streams and stuff. But I just don't. I need to just like I've been talking about building that copper receptor for a while too. I need to just go ahead and build that copper receptor for the internet. See, that's the thing. I think it would. I'm not too sure. I mean, it probably would, but I would just rather get one of those like just build like a copper and Wi-Fi adapter thing, and like do it that way. Just get free internet instead of paying a company for a box. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm being more assertive, and it's the assertiveness is just coming from me learning this more. Because you can, when I first was learning about the tarot, I was very timid because it was a new realm. I was still getting used to it. I've literally been every day for a year studying these cards, looking at these cards, like literally meditating on it. So now I have a reason to be more assertive. I know like what I'm doing more now. I have more of a grip on what I'm supposed to do. So it's like now that I know, like I want it to be like a base level at least. And if not a base level, at least something for like someone to grasp onto. See, that's the thing. I just like I don't know. It's just money is the big thing. Cause like I already do the videos and stuff outside. Like the videos I can do outside, easy peasy. Like that does not like that's not the issue. But like live streams and stuff of that nature, I just can't. That's not something I have the ability to do right now. I have to find someone who is willing just to give me copper. Which I've been looking for on Marketplace, honestly. I've been looking for people who are just selling copper on Facebook Marketplace for free and like just go over there and steal it. Yeah, everyone, that's the big thing. Like, everyone's struggling with finances right now. That's just how it is. Well, not everyone, but like we're about to go into like a recession, honestly. Like, look, we have to get real. Like we're going into another recession. The fact that the blackout hasn't happened yet is just telling a lot about things happening right now. But yeah, I've you know I have more of a grip of who I am. I have more of a grip of what I'm supposed to do now. And that adds an extra level of pressure for sure because there are parts of my old self that I kind of cling on to that are a little bit disagreeable with certain things that I have to like work through. But like I want to do what I what I know that I got to do. And a lot of people don't like change. A lot of people have that issue with me as well. A lot of people do not like the fact that I changed a lot. Which is also kind of scary. Why don't you like when people change? Why do you like stagnancy? Why have you grown comfort being still? Yeah, that's the thing though. You have to choose. I was I I was talking I was talking really to myself really. I had the memo from a video that I watched, but I just started talking to myself about it. Um like you have to choose the path. You know, you're either going to focus on yourself or you're going to focus on the material world. And when you choose to focus on yourself and you choose to look for truth and you choose to find like who you are, you literally lose that security within finance. And it's not to punish you, but it's to trust more of who you are, to know that you don't need that it's going to attract to you regardless, you know? And yeah, that's another thing. I don't give a fuck about validation. People could hate me. I don't care. You're like your popularity, your numbers don't mean a thing. That's a facade. Like someone could have a bajillion subscribers, dude. Someone could have like everyone in the world times 8 as their subscriber count, and I wouldn't give a fuck. I would tell them how it is, just like I would tell someone who's my best friend how it is. It's called respect. I respect someone enough to like to inform them, and I respect myself enough to know if they ain't gonna take it, that I can leave. It ain't my problem no more. I gave them the answer that they wanted, and they didn't want it, so it's okay. It's not the answer that they wanted. Actually, it's the answer that that I wanted to give. At the end of the day, truly, let's back up a bit. But regardless, it was an answer that was given. But I mean, like, that's the thing. I'm just glad that I get to do what I get to do. I really just love tarot. Like, coming into the tarot scene, and just doing cards, even at the beginning, like, it helped me through a lot of my darkest times. It definitely helped me learn how to make light of situations, but in a less like productive way, in a sense. It kind of taught me about the colder aspects of self, the aspects of self that are very, cutthroat and blunt, which is good to be aware of, but it's not something that I can personally thrive in, because you just do more damage to yourself than to the other person. Because when have you ever talked to someone that's done something bad to someone where they don't say, yeah, but they deserved it, or they keep bringing up that same excuse? I have not met a single person. It's because they're suffering inside. Their soul is telling them, hey, you fucked up, and their mind is saying, yeah, but look at what they did. So it's like, I don't want to do that to myself. I've done that to myself for years, and it's too much, you know. So it's one of those things. I'm just really not, like, I don't know. I'm really it. Like, it's very weird because because I do suffer from imposter syndrome off of like many multiple things. So it's like, I don't know. I sometimes sit back and listen to myself talk, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I can't believe like half the shit that I say, and some of the stuff that I say I need to hear as well, obviously, but it's just bizarre to like hear and to see how I used to be till now, in that like growth. And not only just with me, but just everyone in this chat. Like, I've seen so much growth within this like community that we have here. The people that like talk to me and stuff, from this channel, like, they've grown. It's just like, it's beautiful. So I know it's possible, and that's the part that I really enjoy seeing, is just the growth of other people, because it's something you can't give people. Like, dude, it's beautiful because it helps me. It's not even just like me helping other people. It helps me too. It builds me up. It shows me, okay, so if I'm doing this and I'm helping in this way, I can keep doing these certain things, and boost more until it gets to a point to where we need to do something else. Like, it's a huge back and forth with it. And I've seen people be like, oh, I'm taking notes and stuff, and that's like, damn, like, the people out there, I see them, and they're very much acknowledged. Everyone is acknowledged, but it's just one of those things where the the setting hits and the fog kind of weighs down a bit, and you step away from the, I don't know. You kind of look at the other side of things after a while. You realize that the whole scope isn't being seen at certain points, and you go off and you look. Okay, these are the parts of my life that are lacking, and these are the things that I'm doing to fill in those gaps. And it's just like, that's the part of the journey that's frustrating. That's the part of the journey that's irritating, because it makes you feel like you're doing bad, but you're not. And that's basically my mental battle. I know that the income situation does not define my self-worth or the value of what I do. It's just a situation. It's a time frame that I'm in at this point, where I need to be more balanced in my areas of life, and finding that balance is difficult sometimes. Yeah, that's just the thing. Like, that's exactly. That's the thing, Cass. I know. That's the thing. Everyone is exactly where they're supposed to be. If you were in a different position than you were now, it would be worse than how you are. You would do something that would mess it up, because there hasn't been like that integration of something yet. There's still a part of you that needs that growth. You know, maybe it's the fact that one needs to be more demanding. Maybe it's the fact that one needs more rest. However it is on whatever scale you're on, is that part of you needs to mature, and the maturity comes from experiencing and being in that form. Like, it's just how it is. I think, and again, like, that's just how it feels for a lot of people. The surrendering point, like, it's you've done everything, you haven't done anything wrong per se. The things that you have done wrong, you've actively thought about the solutions to fix. It's just the 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 fix is usually not when you want it, but when it's needed, actually. No, why did internet die on my laptop? Get that. Let me back on. Let me in. Yeah, I've been talking to Mother a lot about this stuff. I have been I haven't been asking Mother for anything, but I've been like, when the fuck is this shit? Like, I'm like, you've been seeing how patient I've been. Now y'all just seeing how far my Laffy Taffy ass gonna stretch before I snap. Let's get some stuff rolling, please. I'm ready for the next scene. I'm already in my garments. I'm ready. Let's move. But like now you haven't finished your 2 lines yet. I don't know what my last 2 lines are. So, but that's just how it is. I've been talking to Mother a lot and just being like, when is, I feel this way about things. I'm not comfortable in this position, and I am moving in a way that is making me more comfortable. I just want to have a bit more direction in this fog, because it hit me out of it hit me out of left field. I am perturbed by it when I went out. But again, that's the thing. I don't know, man. You know how it is over here with me. I say I don't know, but I know what it is at the end of the day. I just don't have the words for it at the exact moment. It's the feeling. Yeah, exactly, hidden. A lot, like, that's what I had to, that's what the 3-day break that I had, even though it was a small break, it taught me so much about, like, the fact of my workaholicness was really just like a self-worth cover up. I mean, it's perfectly fine to complain. Just, it's just not, don't conform to it. Like, don't just agree that you deserve to be in it. Know that you're in it and know that there's a way out and strive for that, Because I'm all for that. Don't ever bottle stuff up. I don't care if you have to vent, just let it loose, like, Because keeping those feelings, keeping those thoughts in you, it can damage you a lot more than when you release them. Especially when you release them when the intent is simply to release them and not to be in that state. When you bottle them in, your intention is saying, I want to hold on to these things. But yeah, it's like, it's always better to release those things. Like, always, you don't even have to tell it to anyone. Just, say it out loud, scream it outside, say it to yourself. Just make sure that your intent isn't like being not necessarily compliant, but being like okay with it. Like, know that it's a situation or a circumstance that you're in, but just have in mind that the intent is to release and to like find that solution. Because even when you vent to yourself, when you talk to yourself, you're talking to 2 parts of you that you can't really see. They're up in here. You're talking to the side that's focusing outside. You're talking to yourself that's focusing inside. So you'll get a whole bunch of feedback from yourself, a whole bunch of answers, and a whole bunch of solutions that you'd need. It's just about, choosing it at that point. Which one actually, resonates with who you are at that moment, not really thinking about which one's going to bring me to the best path in the future, but which one is beneficial to you now. But it's also making sure not to get too controlled by when you do vent, like not getting too worked up all the time or exuberating too much energy on it. Because I used to do that a lot, and that was a bad thing after a while, because it still has the intent of like latching on. The fact that it would ramp up energy so much is showing that you're still using it to burn as a fuel. So you're needing to like remove that as like a fuel canister from yourself. Exactly, hidden. That's another thing. Like it is very important to make sure that you are keeping yourself in that state. And Kaz, exactly. We have people who are literally just controlled by demons. They are ruled by their own demons. They are ruled by their own things that they deem as fallacies, and they just they let them eat them up, and they grow sour. They might not deem it to be sour because that's their own mentality, and they believe that everyone deserves it because they believe everyone's the same carbon copy of people, but they don't realize that the only reason why they're getting that same treatment is because they keep actively outputting that same energy that receives that response. So it's a whole thing. But people really do get controlled by their demons, and it's a thing, like, it happens, but you have to really want to do better for yourself, and the only way that you'd want to do better for yourself is if you believe that you can. You don't do anything in this world without having a feeling, and that feeling has to be supportive of you. That's why no one can really do anything that's deemed as bad in this world, because they have their own personal reasons that deemed it for validation. Um, and that's a tough pill to swallow for some people. Obviously, I've met plenty of people who get mad at me for that statement. But you have to see it from the standpoint of self. Who's controlling you, and to take it a step further, who's controlling the part of you that's controlling you. Yeah, a lot of people do hate themselves, and it's very unfortunate. And what's funny about that, even, it's not even the fact that they hate themselves, they just hate their circumstance. They hate what life has dealt them, and then they believe that they deserve all that, and then they turn like completely like sour and inverted in that sense. Like it's so awful. And it's not awful in the sense of it's bad, but it's just like no one should have to go through that. But they unfortunately choose to, so I can't do anything about it. Welcome in, Anna. What happened to your mod? Why is your mod gone? But welcome in. I was confused. The host the dick. This is going all right. We're just venting and stuff. Yeah, I don't like. That's actually bizarre that it disappeared. Yeah, I know you're still here. I'm just confused why Anna doesn't have like. Is it? Oh, it might be a different account probably. I'm silly. Uh. No, that's the thing. Oh, it was a different account. I thought you just changed your profile picture, dude. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, where's your fucking blue name? Who removed? I was about to have a whole like investigation. I was like, who took away Anna's mod? That's not cool. I know I didn't. I would have, but okay. But yeah, like that's free will for you, Cass. We have the free will to choose what we desire, and some people give up their free will and allow an external force to do, to make choices for them, and that's the cookie that has to crumble. Oh heck yeah, I feel that. No worries. But then where's the mods at? Yeah, help! There's something awful happening in chat. Someone's saying bad words. We need help. But yeah, like this. Uh. This realm has a lot. But yeah, I am definitely gonna be deducting the tarot content after I finish the Pinnacles. I don't know when I'm gonna do the major arcana. I've already mentioned that, but I'm not gonna do tarot content for a while. I need to figure out what other avenue, because I know more than just this. And even though I want this to be like a main criteria, I am having things in the background that help with that in a sense. But, you know, we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Because, I mean, that's the one thing. I'm not a quitter. I don't give up on things, but I will definitely drop things if they no longer are, like, like, equal give and taking me. And again, it's less to do with the people and just more to do with this platform. This platform has been really awful the past 5 months. And it's just because Susan, like, not only resigned but passed away. Well, she passed. Well, the resigning was because she passed away, which is unfortunate. Okay, cool. It was Susan was the old CEO of YouTube. Um, and she ended up passing away, I think in January or February of last year. And then the new CEO, I don't know his name, but he's fucked everything up. Like, it's not good. People have, like, left YouTube to go to Patreon. That's how bad it is, dude. People are literally, like, just doing things on Patreon now instead of YouTube because of fucking what he's done. Not only has the algorithm gone back to shadow banning people, which Susan actually acknowledged and removed. There's full-on video proof. There was a whole interview where Susan was like, we know that there's a huge issue with people getting, like, blacklisted and shadow banned when they're not doing anything wrong, and they removed it from the system, and then this dipshit added it back in, and now they have all their little AI robot humanoid things who work for them saying, oh, shadow banning doesn't exist, even though they know the fuck it does. They've encoded it back in the system, idiots. The fuck you think I am, stupid? I know this shit, dude. I might not look like someone that would know it, but I do. Susan literally helped this platform out so much. Literally, dude, so many people were able to build their careers off of YouTube the past like 4 years whenever Susan was in charge, because Susan was doing she was there for the content creators. She was doing interviews with content creators. That's the first CEO that I've ever seen in my life of like any business like do like interviews and be transparent, as transparent as she could be, mind you, but very transparent about the new rulings, about the changes that they made, about the things that are wrong, about the revenue updates. Her death is very suspicious. Thank you for saying that, Maria. It's very suspicious because there was no complications and she just randomly died. And then the second that she died, this dipshit that's here now was already in line up, and he was already like a few like steps underneath Susan. He was wanting to be CEO. So, for the ones that know about that, like, you know, it's very suspicious. But he fucked up the platform, and it's very, very prevalent. It's so awful. But it's like awful, dude. I miss Susan. I hope, like, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna preface. This is a huge joke. Do not take this. It's a huge ass joke. But can we do some necromancy to bring Susan back? Cause I want her back, dude. Can we do a soul swap? Get rid of this man and get Susan back, please. Like God. Just swap them. I'm tired of it. Swap them. Let's do some Freaky Friday shit. Boom. We'll be done. Please. But no. She did so much stuff for the platform. Like, I was, for the 1 year that I was on this platform where she was like CEO, I was perfect. Nothing was wrong. Everything was beautiful. And now everything's like weird and confusing. So. It really is. And that's another thing I'll never get. The fact that people will do things like that. And, you know, oh, we'll just get rid of this individual because, you know, you'll bring in more money because you'll do XYZ. You'll be more quote unquote ad friendly whenever they're less ad friendly, actually. Susan made the platform way more ad friendly than this dipshit did. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be saying I hate and all these things, but I just cannot stand, like, messing up my whole life type shit. Making me work my ass off even more. I got an issue with my boss. Basically. And I can't talk to him, so I have to just say it out loud. I've tried to talk to support. I've been like, can I talk to someone higher than you all? No. All you can do is talk to us, and all they are going to say is Shadowbang isn't real and that it's a video from a year ago, and it's not true. Yeah, the useless people. Exactly, Maria. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. What really tipped me off, I think what really flipped the switch is that I'm never gonna let this stream down. When I feel like this is what's gonna happen. When I die, like, the only thing that I'm gonna be able to hold against myself, like, fully, is the fact that I still haven't got over this. And it's the fact that my stream got intercepted twice. For no damn for obvious, it wasn't really for a reason. People, you know, I wasn't talking about anything too serious or too deep. I've talked about way deeper, but they shut me off twice, and that shit pissed me off. Because the stream was still rolling on my phone, but it went blank for everyone else, and I even witnessed it on my laptop. It was a black screen with no audio. And they did that twice within a 2-hour period. And I feel like that really flipped my switch, because I was just like, after that I was like, no, fuck this platform. I'm just gonna, anything that I don't like about it is coming out my mouth. Everything I know about this platform is coming out my mouth. I don't care no more. Y'all messed with the wrong one. You made me upset. I don't get upset easily, but you made me a little bit upset. Yeah, I just see what you wrote, Daniel. No, seriously. It was like, I wasn't even really too upset when I got off stream. The second time after stream ended, I just was laughing so much. I immediately joined a call with my friends and was like, dude, I got fucking took off YouTube. They're taking me down. And joking and stuff. And my government agent, my FBI agent in my computer is being mean to me again. He won't let me fucking go online. He's restricting my internet access. So I was joking around, like, I really can't get too upset about it. It's whatever, but it's just irritating. Because I was laughing about it. That shit was funny. The first time it happened, I came back bald. I was laughing. I was going off and laughing and having a fun time. But nah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever actually got mad on this platform. I I get to like the point to where it seems like I'm mad, and then I just start laughing and breaking character because I just can't like do it. I have, however, got mad off camera because that's just what happens sometimes. He cried a little bit. That's how it be. Dude, that's the thing. I just like, yeah, you gotta cry to laugh sometimes. Sometimes you cry so hard that you start laughing, you know? I've had that happen. I had a really ugly cry like 3 days ago, and then just started laughing because I was like, dude, why the fuck am I so snotty nosed right now? Like, what the fuck? I shouldn't be this tore up about it. So that was fun. Yeah, they at first they just started making it sound like my phone was farting 24/7, and then they just said, no, we're just gonna get rid of them. Fuck it. Pull the switch, you know, flip the breakers. It's whatever. The audio doesn't do anything. They just keep talking. We just gotta turn them off at this point. Yeah, dude. My Buddhist friend shares that all the time on Facebook. They're always cracking dad jokes and shit. It's always a wonderful time. I feel like that's the only. He's really the only one of the reasons I have Facebook anymore. He's constantly like making dad jokes and like I just like there. I sometimes they just make me roll my eyes and just be like, dude, stop, just shut up, no more dad jokes. But they really like make me happy. A good dad joke will get me, but I will most likely give you the stinkiest stink eye you've ever seen, and then like laugh about it later. Certain, it's just how it be. Certain dad jokes hit like that. I forgot what the one he typed yesterday. The last one I seen was just so stupid, dude. I forgot what it was, but it was basically like, so it turns out that blank doesn't mean blank, it actually means blank. And I forgot the word that was in the blank. And that shit just like drove me nuts. Like inside I was laughing my ass off, but on the outside I was like, there's no way that I just seen this joke. Like it's not even that funny, but it is. No, seriously, that's how it be sometimes, Lucy. I'm not even joking. What happened? I was literally like, I was bawling. Like it was, I had a really like intense release, and then I go in the bathroom and look at myself. I'll never forget my face. I looked so sad that it made me smile. I was really bad. Like my eyes were red. Dude, I had snot coming out my nose. I was like, why the fuck do I look like this right now? God damn, I got fucked up. And just started laughing about it. It's like, man, I really got fucked up by that. That's how it is sometimes, though. You really just have to look at yourself and be like, man, it's real. And I have to, like, cry about it, but damn, like, I got fucked up. Damn, dude. Yeah. That happens all the time. Oh, gosh, man. What the heck is going on? But yeah, I'm probably gonna head off. I gotta do some things. I gotta get some things settled out. I got a plan. I gotta get rid of the hiccups. I guess that's one of the new plans. Man, you burping, I'm hiccuping. I hope to God Nate didn't give me his hiccups. Oh, if that child did, he's gonna hear it from me. He was hiccuping for 8 hours straight yesterday. I'm not even joking. I was in a call with him almost all day, and he was hiccuping for literal hours. And if he gave me those hiccups, I'm gonna send him a very upset message. But yeah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna do my thing. If I don't depend, okay, now this is rare, but if I don't sleep at like 12, I'm gonna go outside and record a tarot outside. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know how the lighting's gonna be, but we'll figure it out. Because I think that would be cool. So I'll have like a little another collective reading up or something of the sorts. But regardless, I love you all so much. Thank you all so much just for being here. Definitely needed the energetic support today. It's just been one of them days. But regardless, I love you all so much. Moving back tenfold and forever.